Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a few quick and easy ways to check and see if the chain on your chainsaw is actually getting oil to it. A lot of people ask me that because sometimes it is hard to tell if the chain is actually getting oil. Now I'm going to show you 3 easy ways today to check and see if the chain is actually getting oil. Now the first tip is start up your chainsaw, run it for a bit, do not cut through wood. Now once you've ran it like I did with the chain spinning, take a close look at your chain. You can even touch it and see if it's oily. You can see a bit of oil there on my finger. It's coming off of the chain. Another thing to do is to lift the chain from the bar and look at the drive links. There should be a bit of oil on them. And this might be easier done underneath the bar. And I can actually see a bit of oil on the drive links. And you can see that it does have an oily film on it. You don't need a whole lot of oil, but you do want to see that film of oil there to know that it's getting enough. So that was one easy way to know if your chainsaw chain is getting oil to it. For the second demonstration here, guys, I've put a piece of cardboard. I'm going to run the chainsaw again without cutting through wood. I'm going to hold it near the cardboard. And if that chainsaw is oiling properly, you will see a spray of oil on the cardboard. So you can actually see that it's oiling very good. This is actually one of my favorite ways to check to see if a chainsaw is oiling properly. And I do it a few times just to make sure that there is constant oil coming to the chain. And as you can see here, I did it a few times just to make sure that it was constant. Now if you don't have cardboard, that's fine. You could be in the bush, you can use a tree or anything. Even snow works good. You just want to keep it about an inch or two away from the item that you're testing it on. So that was the second easy method to check to see if your chainsaw chain is getting oil. Now with the third method, you're going to need to remove the clutch cover. Just grab your wrench, take this nut off. And you'll need to remove the bar and chain. And now to check to see if oil's going to the bar and chain, I'm going to start up the chainsaw, but I will not rev it too high. When you have the chainsaw like this without the bar and chain installed, you have to be extremely careful. You don't want to rev it up too high because the clutch could come off the saw and fly into pieces. So be extremely careful if you try this method. And the main purpose of this test here is to see if oil is coming out of the oiler hole. If oil's coming out, then you're good. You can see that the oil is coming out of this one quite well. It's light colored oil, so it's a bit harder to see, but there's plenty of oil coming out there for sure. And don't rev your chainsaw any longer than you have to when you do this test. Always remember not to over rev it because of the clutch here. Now if you know for sure your chainsaw is oiling properly like this, but you're still not getting oil to the bar and chain, what you want to do is check the oiler hole on your bar. On this saw here, the hole's right here. You want to make sure it's not plugged with sawdust. If the oiler hole and the inside of the bar are plugged with sawdust, you may find that your chain and bar will not be lubricated properly. They may get really hot, the chain may get tight, and then the chainsaw won't be able to spin it over. And especially make sure that oiler hole is nice and open. And now just reinstall the bar and chain back on. And as you saw, guys, it's quite easy to check with these 3 methods. Anybody can do this at home themselves. So again, you have the method where you start it up, you run it, you don't cut into wood. After that, you check the chain to see if it's oily. The second method is that you run it beside an object. Today I used a cardboard to see if there was any oil spraying from the bar and chain. And the third method is take the bar and chain off, run it, and see if there's oil coming out of the oiler hole directly out of the chainsaw. And usually using one of these three methods, you're going to know for sure if your chainsaw chain's getting enough oil. This is my favorite method, by the way, guys. I'd like to use a piece of cardboard like this outside the shop and just test it the way I did in the video. If you're still not getting oil to your bar and chain after you've checked using the three methods in the video, you might want to get it professionally checked because you may have a problem with the oil pump. So thanks again for watching, guys, and make sure to do the maintenance on your chainsaw on a regular basis, and don't forget to clean those oiler holes on your bar. Have a great day.